Dog's back. Jesus Christ, I'm fucking old. Battle rap and I are surely nearly done. The only reason I'm in this tournament is because they got me at 2:30am on a Saturday night when I was really drunk. Because this ain't fun for me. No longer my chosen vocation. For this battle, money was my only motivation. Because I didn't want to battle my brother D, because Devon is my fam. But I put my own brother through a table for that money in the bank. And now that I'm here, I'm feeling kind of pumped up. I'm the all elite, so of course I've got time to take care of some young bucks. Deviant beating me really ain't a question, because Deviant is really on the spectrum. Deviant is a deviant on the sex team. Black guy who loves big asses. Deviant don't deviate from the rectum. Head so far up his bird's ass, he got a deviated septum. You're about to die horribly. Honestly, this is an honour, you should honour me. Because if the respect ain't shown properly, I'ma smack this bitch like the ghost of Sean Connery. I'm a vet, you ain't never even had fans. Compared to you, I'm Mike Jordan on my last dance. I'm Stone Cold Steve when I blast cans. We might be friends, but I'm still giving jazz hands. So your name is Jazz. That's cool, but your shit's weak, like bad stool. You got the swag of a Primani tracksuit, whereas I'm Ron Burgundy on a jazz flute. That's a slight pause. I've been all around the world, even Chicago and all that jazz. You ain't never left Oldham, and damn that's sad. See, I'm a cool guy. All I do is drop honest observations. When you rap, it's like you're struggling with COVID complications. And I hope you haven't had a positive test in the last 28 days, because today I'm throwing the business. And I don't want your death being chalked out as just another corona statistic. BOWSKI, baby.
Now this tournament better not be a popularity contest. Because I know you got fans over here and they don't know me. But they will. And once I'm done kicking ass, you exiled, cast out, banned over here. Let's go. Deadly from the jump. And you about to lose both rounds. Ain't nothing you can say to avoid these statements. I got no KOTR bars, no fat jokes, and no mention of your kidneys. Shit, I'm doing everything I can to avoid being tasteless and what you got for me. Humour? Well, when your life's a joke, I guess all you can do is laugh about it. My life's been nothing but pain and suffering. You think I've got time to stand up here and rap about it? Nah. Like I said, you can't say nothing to avoid these statements. All facts. If I said it, it's true. You were a mid-tier vet for time, cursed to constantly book rappers that are better than you, and now you gotta add my name to that extensive list. And that's gotta hurt the dude. That list could only get shorter if we started listing UK battlers who were worse than you. So I don't want to hear you calling me shit. You had to judge my last battle, and you gave me the win. And it's not like Kanye underperformed. He was fire. So if you really think I'm shit, you should have gave it to him. But nah, you know the drill. I deserve that win just as much as you deserve the loss. You seen versus Kanye that I can do it all. So you want to go for jokes? Your mum looks like Berbatov. According to Verse Track, you've had 82 battles. With all the drunken freestyles and lost footage, we know the real number's way higher. In fact, right now a designer's just about to add your name to a poster and click save flyer, and I see you acting goofy on Facebook too. Fake flirting with Burrs, trying to get it going down in the DMs, but she's out with a local football team. Got the back four in the back door while she's going down on the DMs to save your breath. Forfeit now, because I'm hardly into gear, otherwise you better write the best fucking bars of your career.
Deviant, you're like Method Man playing a method man. You're like Wes Snipes if he sesh pipes. You're like Chris Tucker if he was a dick sucker. You're like Dave Chappelle mixed with a gay Pharrell. And finally you remind me of Jadakiss if he was a blatant bitch. Because what the hell was that roundabout? That shit was too criminal. You didn't rhyme once, even the Boast Dog rhymes at least 2 syllables. You said you got no KOTR bars, no fat jokes, and no mention of my kidneys. What you should have done is had KOTR bars, fat jokes, and mention my kidneys. Because if you'd have done that, you might have won. I would have been like, I'm dead, stop it. What the hell are you doing, bro? You took away all the best topics. I wasn't even going to spit a second verse after hearing that wretched first. I don't need to tell you your shit, bro. You proved that with your selected words. Because I'm going through to this next round that's obviously clear, G. So much misinformation in your round, it sounded like a conspiracy theory. Because first of all, I did not judge you versus Carney. Because if I did, I would have judged it properly. You spent 3 rounds on Black Lives Matter. I didn't mention him once. It was a fucking robbery. If I lose this today, I'll retire and no one's stopping me. Because I'd rather have a colonoscopy than listen to Deviant flowing it horribly. And you had the gall to call my mum Berbatov. I'm not going to lie, that really hurt a lot. I didn't expect your round to have such a dark ending, but I've seen your mum, the bitch looks like Mark Henry. But mum jokes aside, in real life, Jazz, you're an interesting guy. So I don't get that when you rap, you're so ridiculously dry. You said your life's pain and suffering, but why rap about it? Well, that's a fucking lie, because you cause pain and suffering every time you step on the mic. That's easy 2-0. Bring on some proper fucking comp for the boss.
After watching your round, I don't think you took that one. And I reckon the judges will come to the same decision, but just in case they don't, I gotta make sure I fuck you up this round. Starting with your late submission, just because you're an old head round here, That don't mean the rules set out for this tournament don't apply to you. Oh, you didn't get out of work on time. Boo-hoo. Bro, I work nights. I was supposed to be asleep and I still made the time for you, and it don't end there. I will E for you through the screen, send you up to heaven. This round right now, submitted at 5:30, and I ain't supposed to be up till 7, but there's money on the line. And yeah, our buy-ins are small, but we're looking at a nice profit. You mentioned not showing you respect. Well, I can't give you the respect you claim you deserve if I want it. No, I don't want your spot. Otherwise, I'd just be falling back down the pecking order. I want the shots you had. Even though you pissed them up the wall when you weren't prepped for slaughter, well, you die now. If I stretch one thin line out, then that could make the perfect necklace for you. Nah, I got 2 rounds to give a veteran flashbacks of war. It's about to be 180 seconds of mental trauma, and it's still not enough. There's so much more I could have said about you. I just couldn't fit it in the rhyme, like how you're one-trick pony leaning on a comedy crutch versus the guy who does it different every time. I don't care if you wrote 12 bars a day for 4 days or if you did it in a night, because you do jokes best. So stay in that lane, because you can't punchline with me, bro, and you finished if you tried. But I can take the jokes to your level, maybe even do it better. It's beating Deviant. I don't know what BOWSKI's thinking. Okay, one fat joke. You think you're 10 men. The police think you're 10 men breaking lockdown restrictions. You're done.
BOWSKI versus DEVIANT, the Bows dog. What a character, as always. The DEVIANT scheme was so ridiculous. The playground bully humor, it just always works for BOWSKI. Such a great style. Maybe he was whispering a bit too much. Maybe that's the only thing I'd say. Maybe he could project much better. DEVIANT, always been a really interesting cat, actually, and it was a very interesting sort of narrative approach, telling a story, you know, the character breakdown. He probably needed to punch more and build up to big moments a bit more. Not that I didn't like his style or his approach. I just think maybe for this battle, it was the wrong approach, because BOWSKI comes in with the look-alike comparisons, the rebuttals, saying he should have mentioned KLTR and his kidneys, and the way he delivered that, I was laughing so much. I was in hysterics for at least 30 seconds of that round. It's the funniest thing I've heard today. You know, you took away all the best topics, and then he does rebuttal some of the serious stuff too. DEVIANT comes in, and because of that, he maybe looks a bit too serious. I think BOWSKI diffused his energy and the kind of gravitas that DEVIANT was going for slightly, and made it seem less poignant. So, you know, I think they were both really good, but the style clash kind of hurt DEVIANT in this battle, and the energy level staying consistent. So I give it to BOWSKI, the Bows dog. Big up both of them. Very enjoyable clash.
Yo, it's BA back judging BOWSKI versus DEVIANT. I think, again, 2 very different styles at play. DEVIANT's got that sort of thing that started in Smack, where like the end of your bar, the rhyming word, is not where you take the breath. You take the breath before that, and then you like finish it and continue into the next sentence. While I don't have anything against it, man, it's just like, I don't know, man, it's just so intrinsic of a Smack rapper style. They all copied each other. Let's not British people start copying them. That being said, DEVIANT had the better sort of consistent wordplay throughout. BOWSKI had the funnier punchlines throughout. I do want to say though, when we're talking about bars, there's no difference between a joke, a bar, and a punchline. What you call a joke is just a funny bar. A punchline that makes the crowd go, oh, is just a bar that hits on a different level other than comedy. I think it's discriminative to dismiss a bar that makes people laugh as a joke, like it's secondary. It's not. They're all bars, funny or not. That being said, overall delivery and performance, DEVIANT did take it, but I do think BOWSKI had maybe the funnier wordplay in it, but it wasn't enough for the polished delivery of DEVIANT. Big ups both MCs.
BOWSKI versus DEVIANT. Hey, I'm going to come out and say it. I think BOWSKI won. I think BOWSKI won both rounds. I kind of agree with him that if DEVIANT had gone on those topics of him being fat, which I didn't notice, BOWSKI, that wouldn't have even occurred to me. And, you know, all the things that he said he wasn't going to include, if he did include those things, then it would have been a stronger round, I think. There's nothing wrong with going for the obvious angles. Not that they're obvious, but, you know, it's just about how you come at them, you know, for me. But I think BOWSKI was just a bit more well put together, a bit better structured. It's funny, it made me laugh. So I got to gives it to him. But, you know, respect to both players. You're good kids. Got a lot of time for you. Keep up the great work. Okay?
Yo, it's crazy from where life, and it's BOWSKI versus DEVIANT. Now, I hadn't heard of DEVIANT before. I had obviously heard of BOWSKI, and I'm not putting any bias on this, but I know BOWSKI's a funny cunt, and I got love for him anyway. So props. But that aside, it was a murder. BOWSKI, you killed him, bro. Like, you fucking slaughtered him. God, that was hilarious. You're going to be a problem. You were my funniest of the whole first round so far. I actually laughed like more than once, like throughout that. That was really good. Like, it really bugged me actually. DEVIANT, you seem like you could be a really good rapper, but you just seem like you've got quite a negative sort of attitude. Don't know if you're having a bad week at the moment or something, but I swear now, flipping, you said, I'm not going to mention this, like, on a few different times, or I'm not saying the stuff I could say. You just said it. It's a battle, isn't it? Don't know if that's your boy and you was a bit against saying it, but like, BOWSKI, you're hilarious, bruv. That was really good. Like, it's what we want, more of that, please. Yeah, big up yourself. Obviously, the BOWSKI. Oh.
Pamphlet used to be a man, now I am the man. No, wait there, that's the wrong way around, isn't it? But then so am I. Woo! I just dodged BOWSKI versus DEVIANT, and I feel like DEVIANT is not a battle rapper. It was almost like poetry. He spent too much time talking about stuff. For instance, in his second, he and this is no offence, DEVIANT, do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, most battle rappers are knobheads anyway, so jar bless. But he said in his second he didn't have time to talk about something, and then talked about it. And it's like, what you've done there is wasted time by saying you haven't got time. Do you know what I mean? So he needs to be more on point. He needs to be more succinct. BOWSKI, a really good performance from the BOWSDOB. Great turning up as mood swangs in the first round. I was really impressed with that. He was able to change his physical appearance to be that of an American battle rapper, but he did manage to do that, so God bless you, BOWSKI. I haven't got time for the rest of the battle, judging the battle, because I've been going no, I'm only joking. BOWSKI smashed it with the real big reaction for the, you said you weren't going to talk about this and this, but they were your best angles. DEVIANT should have done that. He should have gone to the well, because it's a video battle. We don't want to hear talking, we want to hear funny stuff, punchlines, and if you're going to rap. But I just didn't think DEVIANT fitted into any pigeonhole properly, so therefore the battle goes to BOWSKI. Really good performance by the B-Dog, baby, and I'll see him in the final. Peace.